There is something about underwater games that just feels inherently wrong. Space is creepy, sure. Haunted houses are a classic, but the ocean? That is a whole different level of nope. You are dealing with oxygen levels constantly ticking down, pressure trying to crush you, and those bizarre noises echoing out of the pitch-black void. Then you see something massive move just at the edge of your vision, not close enough to see what it is, but just enough to know it's there. Honestly, that mystery is way worse than actually coming face to face with the monster. Today on Magic Game World, we're looking at upcoming underwater games, survival horror, submarine nightmares, alien oceans, frozen futures, and one co-op game that is absolutely going to ruin your friendships. Time to plunge into the deep end. We have to start with Subnautica 2 because it is the undisputed heavyweight here. It hits early access on May 14th, and this time it is taking us to an entirely new alien ocean world. You can still go it alone if you want to be miserable by yourself, but the big news is online co-op for up to 4 players. That sounds like a total recipe for disaster. The first Subnautica was stressful enough when you were solo. You'd swim a bit too far, hear a roar in the distance, and immediately regret every life choice that led you to that moment. Now, throw 3 friends into the mix. Someone is guaranteed to say, "Trust me, it's safe." Spoiler alert, it will never be safe. You'll be adapting to a planet that clearly wants you dead while exploring ruins hidden in the depths. If you like survival games, this is the one to keep on your radar. Next up is Glaciered, and the premise here is fantastic. It is set 65 million years in the future, after Earth has completely frozen over. The oceans are trapped under a massive sheet of ice, and you play as a tuai, a species that evolved from birds. That shift in perspective makes it feel fresh. You aren't just a guy in a clunky diving suit having a bad day. You are a creature that actually belongs in this environment. It is an action-heavy game with a weird futuristic vibe. If a game offers me a frozen future Earth and evolved bird people, I am choosing that over a generic survival setup every single time. Then we have World in the Abyss, which is much more focused on the don't die side of survival. In this timeline, aliens cause the sea levels to rise and swallow the world. You are crafting, building a base, and defending it against waves of enemies and massive bosses, while trying to figure out how everything went so wrong. It is definitely not a relaxing trip to the aquarium. It's more about building a home and praying the ocean does not send a nightmare to your front door. World in the Abyss is slated for June 30th, so keep an eye out if you enjoy high-pressure base building. After that, we have the Subminer. This one takes us to Enceladus, one of Saturn's moons. You are piloting a sub under the icy crust, mining through environments you can actually break apart, and managing your resources while exploring a procedurally generated ocean. I love this pitch because it moves away from Earth's biology. We are drilling into places that have been hidden for eons under alien ice, and if a game tells you there are monsters in an alien sea, you can bet there are monsters. This feels more like a tense, run-based experience. You dive in, get what you need, and try to get out before the ocean decides to keep you. Switching gears to pure horror, we have full Fathom. There is no release date yet, but the concept is already giving me anxiety. You are piloting a submarine that is literally falling apart in a hostile ocean. That is my favorite kind of horror. The threat is not just whatever's outside the glass, it's the fact that your only protection is failing. Every mechanical rattle or weird sound feels personal. A submarine is already a claustrophobic metal tube. Add a failing engine and a dark ocean, and suddenly the environment itself becomes the monster. Full Fathom looks like a masterclass in slow burn panic. Then there's Sinking Eternity, which leans into the RPG side of things. You manage oxygen, pressure, hostile wildlife, and crafting materials while upgrading your gear to reach deeper, more dangerous zones. You also have a little shelter on an island where you can breathe between dives. That loop of go deep, barely survive, upgrade, go deeper is incredibly satisfying. Every upgrade feels like a genuine lifeline rather than just a stat boost. Sinking Eternity is planned for later this year, and if you like slower underwater exploration with real survival pressure, this one is worth watching. For those who want pure chaos, Salty Dogs is the winner. It's a 2D physics-based co-op game for up to 4 players. You and your crew pilot a sub, harpoon loot, and try to make it back before you run out of air. Since it's physics-based, the real threat probably isn't the giant squid, it's your friend who thinks they can drive. This is the kind of game where everyone is having a great time until the sub flips upside down because of someone's shortcut. It looks adorable and terrifying all at once. Next is There's Nothing Down There, which releases June 4th. The title is a blatant lie. You pilot the tiny sub into a massive sinkhole to investigate a thermal anomaly, only to find a lost civilization that is not as lost as you would hope. Tiny subs and ancient structures are a classic horror combo for a reason. Every meter you descend feels like a mistake you're making on purpose. Finally, we have Dark Mass. This is a horror game set in the ruins of a sunken manor. Not a research base, not a shipwreck, a literal house. That image is so deeply unsettling. You're dealing with an ancient curse while trying to escape. A haunted house is bad enough, but putting it at the bottom of the sea is just cruel. Even if you get out of the house, you're still in the abyss. Good luck with that. That's the lineup. We have alien moons, frozen oceans, cursed houses, and friendship-ending submarines. Some are survival games, some are horror, and some are pure co-op chaos, but they all agree on one thing: nothing good happens at the bottom of the ocean. Which of these is making you the most nervous? Drop a comment, subscribe to Magic Game World, and I'll catch you in the next one.